Here are the cattle that provide the meat for your table. Producing these cattle involves nearly the whole economy of the United States. Just to give an idea, it takes grain to feed the cattle. It takes tractors to plow the fields that raise the grain, and refineries to make gas for the tractors, and steel and cement to build refineries, and the railways to carry the steel and cement and the gas and the tractors and the grain and the cattle, and the banks to finance everything. All during these activities, profits are being made, big profits, as big as armors, and that is why the price of meat is so high. The sales dollar argument hides all these profits. Profit must be figured on the basis of investment. That's what profit means to a banker, to an economist, to a businessman. GE is a good example which shows why. Let's take 1933 and 1947, a depression year and a boom year. In 1947, they made nearly 6 times as much. Here are their profits, no question about it. GE is making much more money now than in 1933. Now, here are their sales in 1933, and here are the sales in 1947. The sales dollar argument gives GE 10% profit in 1933, only 7% in 1947. In 1933, GE actually had a higher rate of profit. Maybe they ought to go back to the Depression. Silly, isn't it? Now take profits again and compare them to investments, as bankers do. It's a different picture. Profit rate in 1947 is 20%. Practically 5 times above 1933. This makes sense. Very high volume of profits, a very high profit rate. Everybody's happy except the consumer. The unreasonable degree of profiteering is shown by the amount of money made on each worker. Here's the total of GE profits before taxes. Here are Westinghouse profits. And here are General Motors, a grand total of $742 million. These 3 corporations employ over 500,000 people, a total of 640,000 workers. For every worker, therefore, these companies make $20 a week profits, $20 a week on every worker every week. The average wage at this time was about $51. For every $5 in wages, the companies made $2 in profits. You would think these companies would be ashamed of themselves. But big business has no shame, for big business has no soul. It's out for profits, big profits, and cares nothing for people's needs. Profits which they make through controls, direct controls and indirect controls, but always real controls over the whole economy of the United States. We know the facts of this picture thanks to the investigations of the Roosevelt administration. 8 big business groups control over 30% of all the assets of the United States, the heart of the economy, said Wendell Burge, once head of the government's antitrust division.
Of the 100 largest corporations in the United States, 44 are now defendants in antitrust suits.
Because of their ability to manipulate, inflation is enriching the monopolies. It is hurting the people. It must be stopped. We, the people, can and must call a halt to this arrogant misuse of power. Democracy demands the defeat of monopolies and the monopoly power. The people can do it. The people will do it.
Easy to say, but hard to do. Reaction towers over our daily lives, seemingly all-powerful. Yet there is a mightier power, a power far greater than wealth, the power of people. organized and united. Widespread organization built up through years of hard work. Giving the working man strength at the bargaining table, some voice in his pay envelope, a degree of economic security. This ability to organize and fight is rooted in our political freedom. Today, this freedom is in jeopardy. Reactionary representatives in Congress are fronting for corporations in their attack against labor, in their attack against the people through the Taft-Hartley Act, through the attacks on civil liberties, the jail sentences, the contempt charges, the deportation proceedings. These men must be replaced. We must act. We must vote. We must preserve our great democratic traditions by electing men whose first concern is the welfare of the people. We need such men, men of conviction, not puppets of military brass hats and Wall Street profiteers. We need leaders with a deep, abiding sense of democracy and decency. Today, only the political victory of progressive Americans can assure peace and prosperity for the nation, a happy life for ourselves and our children, a future we can face with confidence.